Hi, welcome to Craft Little Things. Let me just zoom out a little bit. I'm Andrea, and today I'm going to be doing this sketch challenge. Now, I have only just looked at it. I'm sat in my craft room wanting to get through a few projects. I've only just looked at it, and this is what it is. I'm looking on my charity phone. It's sort of 3 kind of inches, a long piece and whatever. Anyway, I wanted to use Blueberry Bushel because it wasn't a colour, if you remember, I was that enamoured with. So I thought I'm going to use it because that's the best way to get to like things and to know, you know, to fall in love with products really, is to use them. And so I thought I'd use it. Now, I looked through the catalogue to find a DSP that corresponded, that had Blueberry Bushel in it. And there was only one, and it was the best route. But when I looked through it, it doesn't actually have any Blueberry Bushel in it. The only place it has Blueberry Bushel is on this little line, because this is Night of Navy, has this little line through there, and there's another pattern with a tiny dot in it, and it's in that as well. But other than that, it's not in there, and it's not in any other DSP stack, Blueberry Bushel, apart from this one that it's made to go with. But even that's Night of Navy, and the Blueberry Bushel is just the accent colour really. And then it's, I don't know, to me the jury's out on that. But the ink does match. So the ink, I thought, right, I'm going to stamp myself some bits and bobs. And that's what I've done. And what I've decided to do was I decided to use Eastern Beauty. I thought, I haven't used this enough. I'm going to use it. And so I've used this to create DSP for the sentiment and everything. So I'll start from the very beginning because it's a very good place to start. So I've got a 6x8 piece of Blueberry Bushel cardstock, scored at 4 inches and burnished. Then I've got a piece of 1 3/4 by 5 inches, and what I did was I used Blueberry Bushel and I used this stamp here. The stamps on this are bigger in the box than they are on the cover. I use this stamp and I just randomly stamped, and I must say that new ink formulation, the new ink pads are fabulous. There is a definite difference. They're really, really good, and I know that, especially know that because I've been using both types today, and the difference is just, well, it's just remarkable. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And then what I did for this one was I used this dotty small circle, and I used that in pure Blueberry Bushel. Then I got this larger one, which is more like a rope kind of effect, and I stamped off, and then I stamped 3 times using that sort of randomly, just to get this random sort of circle. And I'm going to stick that next to that one right there. There was a little bit of inaccuracy there. I don't know if you spotted that one. I certainly did. Whether I've just not put it on straight or what, but I'm just going to make sure that I run this straight to the edge because the join here is going to be covered up anyway. Then what I did was something I don't think you've ever seen me do before, and which I used to do all the time before I started filming and stuff, and that is I got the glitter out. So I got a little tiny strip. This measures 1/4 by 5 inches, and I popped some Tombow on it, and I used some iridescent glitter. What I like about that is it takes on the colour of what you're putting it on. So in the pot it looks clear, looks like dazzling diamonds, that's what I was looking for. In the pot it looks clear, but once you put it on the blue background it kind of looks blue. So I thought, yep, I'm going to have some of that on. Then I made this little bow using some dies that I showed not so long ago that somebody sent me. I'm going to put that on there as the sketch dictates. And I'm just going to put glue on this end and this end so that it has a bit of lift in the middle. Don't want it to be flat. So because there's only glue on the two ends, the centre will pop up a bit, especially if you just sort of push it in a little bit. I bet that's not straight. Oh, it is. Right, and then for my little inchy pieces, what I did was I've got 1.5 inch square 3 pieces of the Blueberry Bushel, and I've edged them in the glitter, just sort of frosted them in the glitter. And then I've got 1.25 inch Whisper White, which I've edged in the ink, not the glitter, that are going to go on the top. One of those, I've used this stamp set, and I've used the Enjoy Today stamp, which is, again, is bigger and it looks on the box. And onto the other two, I cut out a moon and a star from from the Wood Crate framelets, and I just cut those out in Blueberry Bushel, and they're going to go onto those inches like that, and then they're going to all be positioned on my card. And there we have it. That's my entry into that particular challenge. It needs to dry up a little bit. But sticky, so sticky. But I like that. I don't know, it feels like there's something missing there to me. I think maybe if that had been a bit more heavily patterned, it would have been better. Or maybe if I'd used that pattern on there and the more sort of bold pattern on the other side. I don't know, but it's new for me to do something like this. I quite like the colour now I've used it, and it's nice to be able to use this little gift that I got. So yeah, it's I really enjoyed that project, and it's nice and sparkly. Love it. Right, so hope you enjoyed it too, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.